I'm really questioning how hard you need to work in life because I look at the examples of famous people like Robert Greene, for example, who, like has gone on to produce one great apparently book called 48 Laws of Power, and has sold millions of copies, I think, and made quite a lot of money. And but then comes out with another book, doesn't he? Like what Jordan Peterson did with his bloody self-help nonsense, like this 12 rules for life stuff, then 12 more rules for life stuff, because they got to keep the cycle ticking over of money making. They've got to keep appealing to people with yet more bullshit that they're going to lap up and make yet more book sales. But I'm tending to think of like great thinkers in the past, people like Ludwig Wittgenstein, who produced one book. Really, he produced a second book, Philosophical Investigations, but it was nowhere near as good as his major work, which was the Tractatus Logico Philosophicus, which is really regarded as a masterpiece. And for my own part, I think in the work that I've done in writing, I've produced a huge quantity of poems, but maybe like a small fraction of those poems really are are going to have a lasting impact. And I'm just wondering, like, if we're doing things wrong in creativity and in in our work. Working harder might not actually produce best results. The best results. It might lead to burnout. It might lead to exhaustion. Ultimately, conflicts with other people. If we're trying too hard, there really is such a thing as trying too hard. And I think that we can establish a great name for ourselves if that's indeed what we're doing for a great contribution, something really, really lasting and valuable with not so many words, possibly, and maybe a little less effort. Wittgenstein would have had to work very hard at some points in his life, and I think we all do. But I think we should focus on what's going to have a lasting impact and what our masterpieces can be, rather than just quantity over quality. I have